humping. It's Monday the 16th of September 2019.
Across Australia, this is Sunrise with Koshi and Sam.
Yeah, I think it's important. Good morning, Barrettes. We are here at Baronia House in Mossman. Beautiful spot. Thank you to the team for having us here this morning. We have a very special guest. This is Tresca from the International College of Etiquette. Good morning, Tresca.
Good morning, Sam.
Tell us what you teach people at the International College of Etiquette.
Well, I offer several courses. There's a course for young children and for teenagers. There's a corporate course for business people.
Yeah.
I offer a finishing touch, which is mostly for ladies, to add the final touches to their deportment and their etiquette.
Oh, great.
And also table manners.
Fantastic. We've only known each other for 30 minutes. How would you assess my etiquette so far?
Oh, so far, Sam, it's perfect.
Oh, great. OK, we're done then, guys. That ends today's broadcast. No, we've got a lot to go through and we will get into the nitty-gritty across this morning, but let's do an early check of your weather. Let's start with the handshake.
Sure.
What tips can you give people for an initial meeting with someone?
OK, all right. Well, if we're going to shake hands, we do.
So always put your microphone in your left hand if you're about to meet someone who shake hands.
Or maybe your glass of wine or your cup of tea. OK, we shake hands with the right hand. There is a reason for that. Now, when we shake hands, the web of our two hands needs to touch.
Okay.
We shake hands, we give a firm grip. You don't want to crush them.
You don't want to crush them.
No.
You don't think Kevin right. I mean, I love Kevin, but his handshake is quite flimsy. Lovely guy, but it was very, a little bit floppy.
And we don't give the Queen's handshake
Not the Queen's handshake either, no.
Give a nice
So we're
firm...
webbing?
We're webbing,
Which sounds dodgy.
Okay. Now, we shake from the elbow.
Okay.
We don't shake from the shoulder.
Right, because some people come in like, hey, you don't want to come in on that angle, do you? Mark Latham. Oh, we're naming and shaming this morning, aren't we?
Okay, all right. Now, the other thing we don't do is we don't shake from the wrist either.
Okay, not from the wrist and not from the shoulder.
No, we shake from the elbow.
Purely from the elbow.
Exactly, and we give 2 or 3 pumps.
2 or 3 pumps?
We look the person in the eye,
Yes.
have a smile or a nice, pleasant expression, and we say...
Okay, let me just move away from you for a moment. All right, I'm going to come over and meet you. Hello, I'm Sam. Lovely to meet you.
How do you do?
1, 2, 3. Well, that was great. That seemed pretty natural to me. Did that work for you?
It was perfect.
So Donald Trump, I've noticed, will handshake and he will go for a long time. Is that purely for photographers, so it seems like he's friends with all the world leaders, or is that just because, is it a bit of a power play?
I think it's a power play, and I think it's ignorance.
We're now on 14 pumps, which is way too many pumps.
I just don't think he has been to an etiquette class.
Okay. This has to end at some point.
Okay, that's it.
All right, we're going to learn a lot this morning, guys. We're going to be back with more.
Now, last cross we learned how to handshake. Sam Mack has more tips on etiquette with his weather crosses today.
That's right. Good morning, Koshi. Correct. We are here at Baronia House in Mossman. Beautiful, stunning location with the lovely Tresca, who is an expert when it comes to etiquette. So we've done the handshake, we've done the initial greeting. Now we're going to talk about conversation starters. What are your tips on that?
Okay. My suggestions, if to start a conversation, pick generic topics, such as the weather.
That's kind of hurtful. I mean, I consider myself everything but generic, and that's my contribution to the show, so that hurts.
Sorry about that. But it is a really good conversation starter.
Is it a good conversation starter because it affects everyone equally?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Okay. What are some conversation starters to avoid then?
Okay. Well, they are the predictable ones. Sex, money, politics and religion.
All the good ones. They're the most interesting ones.
Sorry about
Who earns over 80k a year here? Hands up. Is that a good start?
No. Okay. So, sorry about that. But they are the ones. Pick non-offensive topics to talk about.
I can make anything offensive, though. It's a skill. It's an art. Okay. What I'd like to do is a bit of a challenge to the lovely people who've joined us this morning. We're going to mix the tables up during the weather, and then after the weather, we're going to have people who haven't spoken to each other yet having some conversation starters, and we can listen in and see if they're good conversation starters. And you guys are loving the idea of this experiment, aren't you? Yeah, I can read body language really well. Okay, let's check your weather first. Have a listen in to some conversation starters.
Hi, how are you? Good.
I'm good, how are you?
Very well, thank you. I travelled recently.
So natural, so smooth. I mean, I'm intrigued.
No, let's do that one again.
What did you want to say in response to that?
So where did you go to?
Good question.
We took the family up to Hamilton Island. And
Establishing that she's got a family, so this is not a date. It's important to have boundaries.
So nice. So what activities did you do?
What did we do? We did some rock climbing.
So you deflected to your daughter, so you don't have to continue the conversation. Bringing someone else in. All right, well, that's good. Let's have a look over here. Conversation starters.
Yeah, it looks such a Sydney thing, but
we're not here.
Whereabouts do you live? I live in Potts Point.
Where do you go
I
to
live in
school?
Neutral Bay.
So definitely earn over 80k.
Oh, hello, Cara. How are you today?
Good.
Oh, that's excellent. How long did it take you to get here to Baronia House?
About 45 minutes.
That's a long time, isn't it, Cara? What time? Yeah, what time did you have to get up to get here?
4:30.
Wow, 4:30 in the morning. Were you tired when you had to wake up? Oh, no.
What's etiquette for leaving a conversation that you don't want to be a part of?
Well, if you're standing up, it's really
So it's easy to have an out clause. I'm going to leave you guys to it, but that sounds fascinating. The family holiday sounded amazing.
pretend you're going to
Congratulations
the
on living in
bar.
affluent suburbs. Lovely chat. Guys, this is wonderful. I'm learning so much this morning.
Yep.
We're going to have a lot more across this morning, including finishing school where you balance books on your head. We're going to learn it all.
Okay.
We're getting some etiquette lessons. Koshi, you had some great questions earlier. We're going to get to those questions, those answers at 8 o'clock, coming up very soon. But we do have an image consultant right here. This is Evelyn. I feel a little bit nervous. Whenever someone approaches me with what looks like a Dulux colour chart, I start to get a little bit on edge. Tell me about what this is for and what you do.
Well, first of all, when people need to find out what their colours are, we use these charts.
Right.
And there's 15 possibles that we use these charts to decide what works for their skin tone, their eye colour, their hair colour.
Well, this could decide something once and for all. This is a long-standing chat that we've had on the show. Yeah. Would you describe any of those colours as dirty green? Would that be like a dirty, that green there?
Well, actually, not so much a dirty green, but it might be your perfect green.
Do you think that green suits me?
I think you need something a bit stronger than that. Here we go.
How strong? So lighter or darker, stronger?
Maybe a little bit brighter than this.
Okay.
But yeah, there's your colour direction because they're all cool base
All right,
colours.
we're getting bogged down. I just wanted to prove a point to a lady named Carol on the Central Coast, but I don't think it proved my point. Sorry, Carol. Good morning. Love your work. All right, in a moment we're going to go through some of our friends here today, and you're going to give them a really quick assessment, what you would improve, what you would change.
Yes.
So you're going to just be savage.
Yep, absolutely. I will, but I'm with a kind stroke.
Of course. I love that, and you look amazing yourself. By the way, I must say that's very spectacular. It really shines. And
Angela Clark. She's the most amazing
good work in the
jeweller.
sponsors. Fred Perry, let's check your weather. We're going to really quickly go through a few people right now and say what you like about what they're doing style-wise and what you would add to their look. So starting with your name, please.
Rachel.
Rachel, let's chat about Rachel.
Rachel always does elegant, and she does this elegant, classic, and with a bit of a twist. I would love to see Rachel do a little bit more colour up around her face. Can I borrow
you
this?
could borrow a scarf. Yeah, I like this. This is cool.
Right.
And that will just add a bit more vibrancy to it?
Yeah, she needs a little bit more vibrancy.
That's great.
So just that little touch of colour.
Devastating news for Tresca, who spent hours picking that particular scarf. But let's move along. And what's your name, please?
Catherine.
Catherine, what would you say for Catherine?
Catherine is just doing Catherine. She's a feminine style.
Beautiful
She's
dress.
very much a girly girl, and I just love your look.
Thank
it
you
looks
so
really great.
Okay, that's too polite for television. So what would you do to change that or improve that?
Look, I would really love to check your colour direction because I think you can go brighter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know someone with a great scarf if you need to. Okay. And what about, is your name, sir?
Charlie.
Charlie is the country squire gentleman.
Yeah.
I mean, and look, I think, Charlie, you're from the country, aren't you?
Yes.
Well, you're doing country. I'd love to just get rid of that tie of yours. and I'd love to ramp up I love your glasses, but I'd love to ramp them up a little bit more.
Like a Dame Edna sort of situation?
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Can we bring in Trev, our satellite operator? This is Trev. Trev rarely gets feedback on his style, but we love Trev. He's been working with us for years. What do you say for Trev?
I love Trevor's style. He does. Look, he just looks like a techo. This is what you do.
I feel that Trev's almost, you know how people stick with their best look, their best era? I feel that around 1999 was his best era. He was going to concerts of The Prodigy, like tips in his hair. He once supported a charity in 2003. He's still got that on. I mean, what would you do for Trev?
I would, again, talking about glasses, I would really love to take your glasses and make them a little bit wilder with colour. Beautiful. There's a colour direction chart.
Okay, we don't have time for the colour direction, unfortunately, but thank you, Evelyn. Round of applause for Evelyn on the spot to do that. Nailed it. Trev's got a lot to work on, as do I. Thank you very much, gentlemen and ladies. We're going to be back with more in half an hour. And Koshi, we will answer your questions.
Excellent.
Mac's been teaching us manners for a bit of a brush-up, Sam, which has been great.
Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it? And it's good for us to remember to be well-mannered out and about and at workplaces, or also anytime, you know, the local footy club where you can. We're here with an etiquette expert. Her name is Tresca from the International College of Etiquette. Koshi asked an interesting question earlier in the show. He said, what about for men in terms of interacting with women? Have things changed? Are the rules, are the boundaries a little bit different to what they were, say, 10 or 15 years ago? So can we talk about that?
Sure, we can.
So let's start with meeting a woman or greeting a woman. What would you suggest for that?
Okay, well, in business, a woman should be treated in exactly the same way as a man. So a handshake for a woman is appropriate in business. Socially, I think it's really lovely to give each other a kiss on the cheek.
Really? But what if some ladies don't like that? They don't want to be greeted with a kiss on the cheek. They want to be treated like a man in just a handshake situation.
Okay. In private, if a woman wants to be treated as a man, I think you'll find she would extend...
Sorry, the phrasing just sounded amusing, but keep going, please.
She would extend her hand first to really make it very clear that a kiss is... not on.
Yeah, great. Okay, well, that's a good one. What about holding a door? I mean, you know, I was taught growing up, open the door, the lady go through. Is that still relevant?
Okay, well, in business, there's no reason why a woman shouldn't hold the door open for a man. In business, a man and a woman are equal. So a man could hold the door open for a woman, or a woman could hold the door open for a man, but it's not necessary. But if a person's got, say, a lot of books or folders under their arm and you hold the door open for them, that's very nice.
Okay.
In private, I think it's really lovely if a man does hold the door open for a woman.
I'm getting mixed messages here. I think that's where the confusion comes in.
Exactly.
All right. What about paying for dinner? So we go on a date. The date goes well. You know, again, brought up, pay for dinner. Is that still the way?
Well, I think so, but the rule, I think, to follow is to have the parameters of a date worked out ahead of time. So if you're taking a young lady on a date, you should be letting her know where you're going so she knows how to dress.
Nando's,
Yes, and also you should be letting her know that it's your date and you'll be paying.
Yeah, so have the small meal because I'll be paying at Nando's. Don't get everything, don't get the crazy extra orders, the extra wrap. Okay, this is great. I'm taking a lot of good tips here. I think we all are. Let's check your weather. Finally, and this has been very insightful, thank you. Let's say that you've been on a date, the date has gone well, you'd like things to progress to the next level, possibly inviting someone to your place. What would your etiquette be around that?
Okay, well, if the date has gone really well, if both people have really enjoyed themselves, just organise the next date. And I think it's as simple as an email, or well, a phoning is much nicer.
Okay.
Just and if the other person has enjoyed it, they would be delighted to see.
One kiss or two, sort of social occasion. Well, I get caught with this all the time because, you know, just a quick peck on the cheek, and then they come for a second one, and it throws me. So I react and get thrown off. Tend to go in too hard on the other one. It's almost a bit of a, you know,
headbutt.
Yeah, almost like a headbutt. So one or two.
One or two kisses for the, you know, the greeting.
Okay, well, traditionally English people have given one kiss, and we follow England, but Europeans give two kisses, and a lot of European people live here now, so take your pick.
So I guess we've solved nothing. It really comes down to the individual person, and you've just got to read their body language and hope for the best.
Yeah. All right.
If someone goes for the second cheek, I think just call them out. Go, oh really? We're doing two.
Sam Mack has been trying to clear up a lot of our etiquette issues today with, I don't know, still leaves a lot of questions unanswered, I think, Sam. It's so confusing
well,
these days.
He's still got his shirt untucked, for starters.
That's right. It does leave a lot of questions, guys. I think that, like most of my mornings of weather, we're back to where we started by the end of the morning. But I think we've had some interesting chats along the way. It's about the journey, it's not the destination. This morning we've had the wonderful team from the International College of Etiquette, and they actually have, on the 26th of October, if you're in Sydney and you're interested in this, an event called The Finishing Touch at the Grace Hotel. There's still a few spots available if you'd like to learn a little more and improve your etiquette. But guys, give yourselves a big round of applause. Thank you so much. You've been wonderful sharing those skills with us this morning and volunteering your time. Hands up if you've been impressed by my etiquette this morning, off and on the air. I'm going to take that as a win. You're not so much. 90%, I'll take that. And they're the experts, guys. Let's check your weather for the final time. Change of pace for the show. Tomorrow we will be hanging out with our friends at the Rio Project. So this is an enormous, exciting, colourful Brazilian musical. We're going to be in Marrickville for this. It's a heap of fun. It's going to give you a lot of smiles and maybe get you dancing on a Tuesday morning. So looking forward to that tomorrow. Thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen. It's been great. Have a wonderful Monday.
All right, Sam. Thank you.